Hi everyone, so today we'll be looking at writing PEAL paragraphs. You can see that PEAL stands for Point, Evidence, Explanation and Link. These are also the objectives we hope to achieve in this video, so let's jump straight into it. For the sake of this video, we'll be looking at the stanza taken from a short poem and the analysis around it. Take a minute to pause and read through before we begin planning our PEAL paragraph. So, the first thing to focus on is the point. Think of this as your umbrella sentence to introduce the point you'll be making in the rest of the paragraph. This needs to be clear. It can be helpful to identify the key theme you'll be referencing to in your paragraph. For example, the poet presents the theme of mystery and horror through the use of language. I've also put a couple of example sentence starters that you could use. Now, let's take a look at E, evidence. The quote you choose to use from the extract needs to link to the theme you mentioned in your umbrella sentence. This will immediately let the examiner know that you're picking up relevant evidence from the text. Also, make sure that your quote is not too long. Try to condense it down so you only have the information you will need or be discussing in your paragraph. Here we have the quote, "The dark decay of the window frames." This quote creates an eerie and gothic feel. It's also important to take an extra close look at your quote and see if you pick up any language techniques. For example, here we have dental alliteration. This will come in handy for the next part, the explanation. Now, explanation is where examiners like to pay close attention to your writing. This is where you will explain the impact of the quote you picked out. In this case, we can say, "This description creates a sense of gloom and eeriness." Now remember when I told you to make a note of language or structural techniques that might be within the quote you've picked? This is so you can incorporate it in your explanation to add more detail. So we can also say, "This is furthered through the use of dental alliteration in the phrase dark decay, which emphasizes the dark and gothic atmosphere. Furthermore, the noun decay creates a semantic field of abandonment and disrepair. This evokes feelings of fear and unease." This is good to do because you cover your AO2, otherwise known as close analysis or zooming in, which examiners will keep a particular eye out for in your work. Also, remember that when you can, explanation is also the perfect place to link in some relevant context, as it will add even more layers to your explanation. This is possible to do when studying texts and plays like Jekyll and Hyde and Inspector Calls or Macbeth. Lastly, we have the link, which is where we make sure to link back to the question. Here we have said, "Therefore, this is how the writer effectively uses language to present the theme of mystery." It's a good technique to aim to echo the wording of the question, reminding the examiner that you kept it in mind when writing your response. Great! Now let's put it all together. Take a moment to pause and read through or copy down this example paragraph to refer to as a template for writing your responses. When you have longer extracts, you may find that your paragraph has more varied explanation. As long as it's coherent and relevant to the point you're making, you have now successfully written a PEAL paragraph. Try having a go yourself by taking a look at other annotations we had for this stanza and writing your own PEAL paragraph. Hope this video was helpful and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.